Joining me now inside the digital studio is Canadian Premier League striker for Inter Toronto Football Club, Julian Altobelli. Welcome, Julian.
Thank you guys for having me, and I'm excited to be here.
Listen, you're also wearing some new gear. Inter Toronto, this has been a huge conversation in the offseason, especially amongst people, involved in the Canadian Premier League. What was it like sort of going through this rebrand with the club, putting the jersey on for the first time, knowing everything it really stands for?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think obviously being from Toronto, it's nice to play for a team where Toronto's in your name, right? I know that before York United, a lot of people didn't know if it was York University or a professional team, but now the Inter Toronto, we kind of stamped our ground, our team, and it's exciting, and we're all happy to be playing for this club.
What were your first impressions of the actual aesthetics of the new logo, the colors, the whole rebrand event?
Honestly, I think it's awesome.
You're a fashion guy. You should know. I feel like you have good style.
Yeah, I do. I honestly like it. I like the colors. I like the blue. I think it kind of represents the city a lot too. The logo itself too. I think it's nice. I think everything's nice and definitely an upgrade.
In talking to Mauro over the offseason and even just last year in 2025, he talked about how much he wants this club really to elevate in terms of the professionalism, but like both on and off the field, right? And the practices that you guys have, things that you do off the pitch. How have you noticed that sort of coming to fruition in terms of the things that he's really sort of instilled within this club since he's come in?
Yeah, I think the main thing for us players is off the field. You could tell we've added, I think, 3 new assistant coaches that we didn't have last year or in the previous years. We've added more medical staff. We now have our own gym because we're training out of the Ontario Soccer Centre, which is nice. More people working in the office, helping us off the field. So everything's growing, and you could tell that this club is moving in the right direction.
Last year, he also said a lot, like, we're not trying to be the best of the bottom 4. We want to be in the top half of this league, amongst the top 2. What do you think would be considered a successful season for Inter Toronto this year?
Successful season is us winning, straight up. That's what we have to do. We know our goal. We know that we have the players to do it, the staff to guide us. And I really think that we believe that we can get it done. I think the additions we've made, whether it's more international players, more local players, we've added everywhere on the field. There's a lot of competition, and I think it's really good.
You said that with your chest.
Yeah,
We're winning.
Yeah.
That's what success means.
I think that's what you have to believe.
Yeah.
The only way to believe it is if you go every single day and show it. So I think that's what we're going to do.
Your team had a good playoff run last year as well. When you reflect on 2025, how do you feel like it will, set you up for success coming into a year where you have very ambitious goals?
Yeah, I think the way we went out last year was disappointing. Of course, it wasn't the easiest of routes we had. We had to travel to Halifax, go there, play, win the game in a crazy game that it was, and then travel home. And I think it was 2 days later, we're flying off to Calgary again. So it definitely wasn't easy, but you learn from these moments. I know that there's a new setup this year in terms of the playoff platform, and you get 1 home game, 1 away game. So I think it's even an advantage for both teams. So it's exciting. It's very exciting.
Do you feel like people underestimate the travel component of the CPL and like just playing professional soccer in Canada? Because, obviously in playoff football, there are games with really short turnaround times, but people aren't traveling the distances that you guys are traveling. You play in Halifax, you turn around and go to Calgary like 2 days later, something like that. Is this something that you had to get used to? Like, it's 100%. True, you get a year under your belt and it's like, okay, this is what it takes.
Yeah, I think everyone underestimates the travel. For us, it's not too bad, but if you look at a team like Halifax, they're on one coast and they have to play Pacific on the other coast. True. That travel is insane. And again, you're only there for 1 or 2 days, right? So for your body to adjust to the time change, to the travel, and then you don't really have much rest before your next game. So it's definitely hard on the bodies.
So is what you're saying.
It could be worse, yeah. But again, we're doing what we love.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we're all excited to do it. We're all excited to go there, play a match. Yeah. Even if it means 6-hour travel, 3-hour time difference, whatever it is, we're all excited and we're all grateful for it as well.
You mentioned a couple new additions in one of your previous answers. I think the 2 names that come to mind for people who are familiar with the CPL are Ollie Bassett, Benny Badabanga. What has it been like for you training with them and sort of integrating these new faces into the group and the chemistry that's we've already seen really in the final third?
Yeah, these players are quality. I think they've proven it in the league before, and they're coming back to prove it again. So I see it every day in training. Obviously, it's still early in the season. These guys need to still get their legs moving and stuff, but they are top quality players, and they're going to be a big addition for us in the final third and for the later run down the road.
Yeah, you're right. I think it will take a little time before both of them, if we're using them as examples, to get back into full fitness. What was your impression of Benny's personality when he first came into the group? Because I was I had been working for Forge before I started with One Soccer, and I have really great experiences with him just as a person. Same with Ollie, you know what I mean? So from a locker room perspective, what do you feel like they've sort of added to the group?
They're both very interesting personalities.
They're both so different, by the way.
Very different. And they're best friends, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, very, very different personalities, but both great guys. Benny has a very unique personality, very outgoing, always making jokes. But the thing with him is he's very good with the younger players. He's a very good mentor for younger guys coming up. He always wants to help everyone. He's been there and done it at a high level, so he wants to kind of bring that here for the younger players, and he's great. He's great with them, and same with Ollie.
Before I let you go, Julian, I just want to talk about your individual goals for the year, because in talking to you last season, I know you're a high achiever. I know you set the bar extremely high for yourself. What are you looking to do in 2026?
For me, the number one thing is to win a championship. That's what I want to do. I'm from Toronto, born and raised here, so it would mean the absolute most if I can bring this city, this team, their first championship. Individually, I know I said it last year. I don't really want to say it again, but there are goals that I want to achieve. And for me, the number one thing is repeat what I did last year, but do even better. I like to set a high standard for myself, so that's what I'm aiming to do. That's what I'm striving to do, and I'm going to make sure that I work my absolute most to do it.
I've heard that you're staying late after training to practice some connection from crosses with Ferrari and Gmo. Is that like a routine you guys have now?
It's not every single day, but it's definitely something we do depending on how our bodies feel. But yeah, it's something I do. The more extra training I do, it's only going to benefit me and also them.
Yeah.
So it's something that I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to do and hopefully bring it to the game.
Not long ago, you were CPL Player of the Week. You scored 2 goals against Halifax. How did that feel, getting that game under your belt and sort of finding your rhythm again?
Great feeling. Great feeling. I think as a forward, you need confidence. So to play that first game and score 2 goals, I think there was no better feeling. So super ecstatic about it. Hopefully I can continue this run and get some more results.
Julian, really appreciate your time. We're rooting for you individually, but also watching Inter Toronto as a club continue to thrive in the CPL. Thank you for joining me in the digital studio for the first time, and we look forward to watching you the rest of the season.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.